See them cut down.
Singing softly under his breath, the man of enormous proportions is intently stripping raw meat from a bone with his teeth. His unwashed red hair is falling into his face. His beard is matted and blood-stained, and the aforementioned teeth look more like fangs than any human equivalent. A less knowledgeable person might not recognize this giant humanoid, but you are well aware that this is a space marine, an angel of the Emperor. His body is covered in primitive scar tattoos, the meaning of which eludes you. I mean, he's a space wolf, I know. I hope you're enjoying your meal. I am Jin.
I would enjoy it a lot more if there was Miod. Got any?
He gives you a searching look, then shrugs his massive shoulders.
What do you want?
He picks a piece of meat from between his teeth. The warrior resumes his murmured singing. Between the lines of his song, he tosses. Study the man. The huge body with straggly, overgrown red hair perfectly suits the deep, chilling voice of this man, or of this beast in the guise of a man. Tribal scar-like tattoos cover his chest, arms, and back, and you glimpse intricate braids in his mass of unwashed hair. His body bears so many pale scars that you cannot count them for all, and muscles bulge beneath his skin like boulders. He looks like a statue carved from stone. It is clear that captivity has sapped this prisoner of none of his physical power. Your assessment is confirmed when you spot the remains of a Drukhari in the pile of carrion at his feet, likely one of the homunculus' servants. The Drukhari flesh appears to be making a fine snack for your new acquaintance. Listen closely to the song the prisoner is singing to himself. You do not know the language. The sounds seem crude and mangled, but not entirely lacking the harsh dignity of a form of Gothic, while also sounding similar to the rumble of a landslide, sharp and choppy guttural phrases tumbling forth in a harsh rhythm. Try to join the singing. Yes. You close your eyes and enter the flow of the song, like slipping into a fast-flowing mountain river. Words rise up naturally in your mind. They are not the same ones sung by the prisoner, but you sense their aptness. Verse flows from your lips, full of surprising poetic metaphors and bloody details of nameless heroes fighting monsters under the light of unfamiliar stars.
You are one who has supped the Mjord of the Skjalds, I see. In the long haul, some of my brothers would be eager to tell you of their exploits, so that you would sing a saga of their deeds.
He says after the song ends, the red-haired giant looking at you in surprise, the ice in his eyes thawing slightly. A warrior such as yourself could prove useful to me. Now, who are you?
I am a wolf.
At first glance, the man does not strike you as possessing great intellect. He is clearly more accustomed to mauling and killing than thinking, but you detect a certain shrewdness in his eyes. After looking you over, he says, "How did you come to be here?"
My pack answered the Inquisition's call and came to the Coronis Expanse. There was a battle, and then the young wolves yearning to be meat for their brotherlings. To a feast of bolters they went out roving. Though they were but few, one long fang with them went loping. Not to see them cut down by scythes unclean. The pups he sent scattering, and there stood alone the paths guarding. For a foe he long spied, one worthy among unworthy. The song of swords singing, they clashed with clamor and skill, until stood the old wolf upon the bones. Then, by the birds of battle, was he brought down. Was that clear enough? This saga sounds less interesting in prose.
The giant chuckles. You must be planning to escape, yes?
And why do you want to know?
Grinning, the warrior runs his fingers through his dirty hair, making himself look even wilder in the process. Wish to know more about your brothers.
That butcher sent you to spy for him, did he? Or do they know nothing of the Emperor's angels, the space wolves of Fenris, or the great Lehman Russ in your corner of the galaxy?
With a crooked smile, he narrows his eyes at you. Don't they feed you?
A predator does not eat only when it is hungry. There are many reasons to eat.
The warrior looks at you in mild surprise, then understanding brings a crooked grin to his face. There must have been a reason for this bloody repast. For a moment, the vicious grin loses some of its sincerity, and the bloodthirsty prisoner casts an intense, scrutinizing look at your face as if trying to read your thoughts. Why does the homunculus keep you in a cage?
For his own safety. When I am not busy killing inhuman spawn in the arena, the Xenos fear my will.
The giant lets out a low growl that rings with the fury of a wild beast. We suffer the same fate. I was also captured by the Xenos, and they have forced me to kill for their entertainment.
But I sit in a cage while you roam freely around their city. They do not fear you. Maybe there is a reason for that. Maybe our fates are not the same at all. And why do you want to know?
Chewing, he wipes the blood from his mouth with the back of his hand. A warrior such as you could prove useful to me.
To get what you want, you will have to convince two very headstrong individuals. Me and my captor. That claw-handed Xenos.
With narrowed eyes, he says weightily. The appendages protruding from the Xenos' back move restlessly, emitting an unnerving screech. Tervantius is completely engrossed in his apparatus and spares you no attention. Master Tervantius, I require a moment of your precious time, and I am willing to pay for it. After rummaging through what you have, Tervantius pulls out a fragment of flesh that has caught his eye. He splits off a piece of it, places it in his mouth, thinks for a while, and finally concludes, Curious, you have earned my attention, specimen. Speak quickly. I would like to take the space marine you keep in a cage. Tervantius remains silent for a long moment. The limbs behind him click ominously. The Monkey male with the altered genetic structure. Ah, such phenomenal parameters. I previously studied two other specimens of the same breed, but have yet to untangle their genetic secrets. He also performs well enough in the arena. Losing this final specimen would be an undesirable outcome. Denied. The loss of some Monkey could never impede the work of a mind as great as yours. Perhaps the genetic subtype of all 3 specimens was defective, and this is the cause of my limited success. In that case, the loss of this specimen would not be significant. I recommend pain as a means of pacification, and you can take his armor. I found it entirely unintriguing. Tervantius hands you a bone key. I wish to know more about you and your craft. I'm not in the habit of conversing with specimens, but if it increases your motivation to serve. Why did I survive the interrogation to which Marajai brought me? Your body was given to me for disposal. It was thrown into the cesspit. A homunculus voice grows thoughtful. It is an anomaly that the specimen did not die. I must consider fitting the disposal chute with a shredding mechanism. Iliad shakes her head. The master of flesh is twisting the truth, Elentok. Had the Eberenian not interfered in the Archon's trial, it is unlikely that anyone could have survived that questioning. I must take my leave. The homunculus looks at you with an impatient and unsettling grimace. With a weary sigh, the homunculus turns away from you, his knife-like fingers making an unnerving, scraping sound. The red-haired giant does not stop singing under his breath and does not seem to notice you, intent as he is on his bloody repast. I need your help. The prisoner looks at you expectantly without stopping his chewing, but his expression shifts subtly, as if his affected crudeness of mind and manner has been replaced by focus and cunning. Even a heretic or a non-human can wet a profane blade in the blood of enemies, but a true warrior of humanity does not fight for gratification or trophies. He fights to carry out his will, for that is his duty, and it is a blessing.
You speak well. I have heard these bookish words many times before, but this is the first time I have heard them spoken with such resolve. I see that you believe in them, that you live by them. I respect that. I will help you. Let no one say that I forgot my duty to the All-Father.
The giant sizes you up with interest.
It seems Tervantius is not as clever as he likes to appear if he's letting me out of the cage. The joke is on him.
He rolls his huge shoulders. And
good steel I have already. But if we are going hunting, I will need my wolf skin.
he rolls his huge shoulders and you hear his joints crack loudly. He lifts his battle knife from the floor, decorated with his scarlet runes. It seems to be his last surviving possession. Weighing it in his hand and wearing a skeptical frown, the wolf says,
What did you say your name was?
Throwing back his head, he lets out a bloody, chilling howl, one that contains the deranged mirth of evil spirits dancing off an icy cliff. A predatory grin blooms on his face. The tall Drukari, whose body is riddled with painful-looking puncture wounds and dotted with metal rings and clamps, lets out a chuckle as you approach, and begins speaking in his own language. Your elucidator hisses to life, translating the words. Look, Carrion, is this the monkey that cost you your place at the Archon's side? Marajai's eyes flare with turquoise fire at the sight of you, an immediate, uncontrollable urge to kill The Drukhari seizes the blades hanging from his belt and freezes at the shout of the metal-studded Xenos. Careful with the meat for the arena, Marajai. If Sinisthoria is short on toys for her fighters, you will be punished again. She seems to enjoy pitting you against Chimerae. Maybe this time she won't deem it necessary to give you back your skin after you slay them all. The motionless Marajai turns his head toward his kin, and you notice a thin red stripe on his neck below his ear, like a fresh stitch. Shaking with barely contained rage, the former Drakon stares at you with dark eyes. So, Marajai was skinned and made to fight like this. Well, that is a balm to my heart, and also a delight to my eyes, where something was still stirring a while ago. Despite the impotent rage on his face, Marajai manages a sarcastic chuckle. Something wriggling in your eye. I see Tervantius has not changed his methods for handling specimens. Know this. I will kill each and every one of you, and I do not care if you are champions or not. Abus's expression turned sour. I'm tired of this noise. We must go. Proselytes, it is time for our next training session. If thou seest a flaw in me, smite me. Argenta's hoarse whispers are nothing like the usual clear, almost mellifluous voice that she uses for prayer. Smite me. She looks up at you, her dark eyes gleam anxiously. Rogue traitor, you find me at prayer. Darkness surrounds us, and we will require all the spiritual fortitude our ravaged hearts can muster. Are you distraught because of Vigastus's fate and the deaths of those betrayed by the Commissar? Argenta hangs her head. Yes, I am. I was the one who found those people. I brought them to the Commissar. I prayed for them, and I gave them hope. And he sent them to the abattoir to die for those monsters as amusement. They might have, in their final moments, they might have thought that I too had betrayed them. I once more failed to see the wickedness here where I should have seen it. I failed those people, loyal and brave. But it is not only that. I thought naively that faith and perseverance had helped me, cut through the schemes of the foul Xenos, that we were on a path to freedom. In truth, though, it was all just another part of the act, and the vile monsters must have been cackling with glee as they observed my foolishness. If prayer is helping you get through this, I'm glad to hear it. Prayer always helps. Argenta pauses, contemplating something. A shadow crosses her face, followed by a flash of unreadable emotion. Tell me, Rogue Trader, do you trust me? Please, look into your heart and tell me what you see. I'm going to be honest here. There is no one I trust completely. It is one of the principles I swear by. Perhaps you're wise to distrust. Rogue Trader, to lose hope is to err in the eyes of the Emperor, and I am drawing closer to the erring than never before. The darkness all around me thickens, and the clutches of our captors are strong. If I am to give myself fully to the battle ahead, I will need all my strength. And to summon such strength, I must purge my soul. Tell me, will you hear my confession? Of course. I killed Theodora von Valencius. What? Irliet raises her head slightly and looks around, clearly not fully understanding what is wrong, but sensing a shift in the mood around her. I was not expecting that. Yes, it was me, not your treacherous kin Voidbeer, not the cultists, me. She speaks with a strange blend of pride and horror in her voice. I remember every last detail. The ship was under attack. I grabbed my weapon and ran to her side, because I thought it was my duty to protect the Emperor's chosen. And what did I witness when I burst into her study? Theodora von Valencius, a rogue traitor, holding a sinister sorceress artifact radiating with profane light. It was a lens like the ones we saw in the Rykard system, except it was smaller and far more potent. I instantly knew it to be a weapon of the archenemy. I had seen objects like it before, on Salus Prime, the planet where I had sought the sacred relic and where I had nearly died at the hands of the cultists. So many things were made clear to me in that moment. So piercing was the revelation, so obvious the answer to how those heretics had found their way to a planet known to none but those of House von Valencius. I fired before I could even fully comprehend what I was seeing. Terra's light must have guided my hand, for one shot was all it took. The auto pistol's burst destroyed both the archenemy's artifact and its owner's black heart, but I did not regret killing her, nor do I regret it now. Theodora had succumbed to the archenemy and its dark sorcery. The entire attack on the ship was merely the result of her Voidver feuding over their spoils, and I realized it in my heart the moment I saw the artifact in her hand. But standing in the same room was the honorable arch-militant, a devout servant of the Emperor, and the reason I had made it off Salus Prime after the cultist attack. When he saw me firing at Theodora, he instinctively rushed to protect her. I killed him too. Argenta lowers her gaze for a moment. Do you remember the orphans I once asked you to meet with, rogue trader? One of the boys was the son of the man I killed. My whole life, I had sworn I would not allow villains to orphan children in the Imperium, and then I did so myself. Lady Theodora, Mort, fell at the hands of the one meant to protect the servants of the God Emperor. I never doubted the security of von Valencius's bloodline, but when you were so close. But now the very foundations on which the power of the rogue traders rests seem to have been violated. Abelard looks at Argenta with a visceral loathing in his eyes, uncovered by either courtesy or respect. Argenta looks at you anxiously, waiting for your reaction. You kept this secret all this time. I did, and I despised myself for doing so. Sisters of battle are taught to laugh in the face of lies and intrigue, but instead I feared that I would face immediate execution for the murder of the rogue traitor. I hoped that the people would think it was Vortvir or the cultists who killed her, and I was right. But that lie, it burned in my throat, and here, in this horrific reality away from Terra's light, I realized that I could not keep my silence no longer. What's done is done. I hope you will learn from this. Right now, we need to think about a way to escape. Learn. I don't know what I am supposed to learn. Must I spare a heretic in order to save innocent lives? Must I try to reason with them? I have pondered these questions 1,000 times, and I still do not know where the truth lies. I am glad I have revealed the truth to you, rogue trader. This dishonesty has been driving me out of my mind. Thirsters of woe and exquisite strife awaits you. The blood-stained proselytes will face the sophisticated killers of the cabal of the poisonous whisper, and the challengers who have already survived one fight in the arena will go up against fresh battle meat provided by the cabal of the wounded skies.
Xenos film. Running binary code line. The Omniscient knows all, comprehends all. The scriptural prognosis is favorable. My vow is to serve. Requests approved. You bite like a pop!
If I must. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. I understand your intent. I hear you moving no more.
Faith without deeds is worthless. The enemies of the Emperor will be undone! I'll do it. Doubt is for the weak. As the Emperor commands, what is a prayer? I'll do it.
Ruin beckons. I need no guidance. Purpose guides me.
I messed up. Oh well.
Destiny reshaped.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. Victory is imminent. I will do my duty. At your beck and call. Pain and duty go hand in hand. It will be done. Grey hair, sure hand. Indeed.
Our foes reek of cowardice. See how you become the All-Father's worthy instrument! You unleashed my fury. So it shall be. Die in disgrace.
I will do my duty. Victory is imminent. At your beck and call. Target well struck. It will be done.
Let me educate you on the art of pain.
Request approved. My vow is to serve.
I move swiftly to strike. If it serves your cause. If I must. This tedium has been free.
Work for a flesh crafter. Born predator does not become prey!
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart. As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without deeds is worthless.
I'll do it.
I will not. Doubt is for the weak. power resides in the will of the righteous. I'll do it. Faith without deeds. I refuse.
I will triumph. Through chaos, I stride. One step closer.
I challenge you, damn death.
I need no guidance. I will triumph.
None can do this better than a warrior of the All-Father! The fame-hungry come. So I will carve roots out of your bones!
Indeed.
High momentum.
No matter the cost. My place is at the fore. Reduced to dust. It will be done.
Advancing. Request approved. Running binary override.
I understand your intent. If it serves your cause.
Abus runs his fingers along the edge of his blade, your former captives. You have a chance to rectify the mistake that you forfeit your Archon's favor. One of the witches lets out an acerbic laugh. I doubt your Ramirez will change her mind. The Sinistoria will surely not want to give up her new plaything. Marajai grips his blades with such strength that you can hear the scraping of his gauntlets against the handles. You will answer for everything you have wrought.
You are but a fleeting flame before my tempest. I will revel in your pain.
I approach the designated position. If I must. This tedium is beneath me. I am not your Xenos pet monkey. If it serves your cause. No weakness is hidden from my sight. I am not your Xenos pet monkey.
Your last stroke of luck.
We are the bane of lesser creatures.
I will savor your delectable angry.
You're mine, Marazai.
I'll do it. Doubt is for the weak. As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without deeds is worthless. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. Rejoice in battle! Doubt is for the weak.
My revenge will be delectable.
Oh, dude, there's a dead. One shot from Shinto's not that. It's kind of sad.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. Victory is imminent. I will do my duty. Indeed. It will be done. Victory is imminent.
The wolf is on the hunt. So it shall be! None can do this better than a warrior of your family.
I will tear your heart out for this.
So it shall be. I will carve runes out of your bones. By the wolf's side!
Low momentum.
Badass! Feel the icy bite of death!
Let me educate you on
Wolves reign! See how the my hand is thunder! My strike is ruin!
Amidst the carnage, I find purpose. Purpose guides me. Ruin beckons.
Follow my lead.
One step closer.
At your beck and call. Indeed. Target well struck. An exemplary strike.
I will triumph. I will tear your heart out for this.
The Messiah knows all, comprehends all. My vow is to serve. Request insignificant value.
An unworthy soul.
Guided by faith! Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it. You can escape the Emperor's judgment. As the Emperor commands, I act. I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
I'll do it.
Strike.
I will do my duty.
Woe to you.
Victory is imminent. A tactically sound approach.
Eradicated.
Target well struck.
A finale as bloody as it is disappointing. The pathetic amateurs who were wrongfully proclaimed champions of the arena have been brought down at the hands of unworthy challengers. Impale the failures and glory to the victor. Get out, Monkey, and tell Teravantes that he will pay for this insult.
Whose innards need take leave of their gut.
Sector unknown depths of the labyrinth dimension. Region Kamara. Recording location the chasm. Material Gartharian blood feathers hunt, extracted from the bloody remains by the caring hand scalpel and neurophage tentacle of Homunculus Elivanth. The rising currents carry the smell of pain, blood, ichor, and failed ambitions, the smell of dark city. With my wings flung open, I weave a path through the spires like a dark lightning bolt, chaotic and unpredictable in its patterns. To fly is to hunt, and everyone in flight hunts everyone else. Even I, Scourge, Gartharit, Bloodfeather, do not have the privilege of inviolability around these parts. I may become someone else's prey, except probably not today. This day I am the hunter. My homunculus modified olfactory receptors pick up the scent of my prey, and I tread cautiously as I approach it. The stench of Monkey is foul but varied, and the scent of my prey is quite telling. A powerful specimen, brash and seeking of the blood of others. I descend to the minaret that grows out of the nearest spire and provides me with an excellent view. Accelerated reflexes allow me to assess the situation in a fraction of an instant. It is time. But I still decide to wait and get a better look at the prey. A male monkey, a pampered upper caste cub who was fed and equipped with the best of their race can offer. It certainly arrived in the Dark City recently, the city which has not yet managed to leave a mark of perpetual expectation of doom on its flattened snout. The most glorious game which clings to life the strongest and leaves the sweetest death essence. The reflexes urge the muscles to act. I act. The shard carbine spews forth a stream of crystalline projectiles that howl and shatter as they pierce the flesh of the prey. A deadly slashing blizzard drapes the street in bloody snow, the bodies of random passers-by caught in the fire falling to the ground. This is a common occurrence in the spires. Everyone around me flees from the field of death whose borders I have made clear. The prey falls, but it still lives, but is still alive. I did not expect the hunt to end with the first salvo. The prey is badly injured. I can easily finish it off in the open. The prey is trying to locate me among the tangle of spiked minarets. Oh, succeeded, nice. Its frantic gaze is looking for my winged figure. The hyperpupils allow me to examine the prey's face. I can see its prey scrutinize my gear. There is no need to hide anymore, so I stand up to my full height and emit a wailing battle cry. Let the prey know what will kill it. The prey. summons companions to its aid. A mistake. I unleash a new fan of crystalline shards, and the flesh of the prey blossoms with new cuts from my projectiles. Anyone who tries to approach it will be killed by the brittle shrapnel. The prey should have run away, not given me more chances to cripple it. The prey is weak. The prey breaks into a run. Clever. By escaping from the open streets, the prey has deprived me of the advantage of my long-range weapon, but I will not let it escape. So I spread my wings and soar over the alley, pelting the prey with bursts of indirect fire. The chase must not end too soon. The petitioner wanted my prey to die slowly. The prey flees down the most predictable and straightforward route, hoping that its strength does not abandon it. Perhaps the body of my prey was modified, or it simply abounds with vigor. Even the heavy wounds inflicted by the first salvo cannot slow it down. I emit a frustrated shriek as I watch the path of my projectiles follow the prey without reaching its flesh. The hunt continues. The prey manages to elude me for a moment by ducking into a crowded street. The jet booster on my back emits a stream of ghostly blue flame, and I continue my pursuit. As I storm into the street, I see the prey again. This is a nice catch. The petitioner wanted me to deliver the prey to her, but I decided to do something different. When it is over, I will impale the body of the prey on a spike protruding from the highest spire, so that it serves as a testament to my victory. My flight is swift. Everything unnecessary and atavistic had been cut from my body so that air currents carry it like a projectile from a splinter rifle. Alas, this is also my weakness. I am so light. Even a small obstacle can throw me off course, but the prey has no idea how vulnerable I am in flight. Ugh. Turns some bystanders against me. It only takes the prey a couple of furious shouts to convince those huddled in the alley that a monster is coming for their heads. Lies. I am only pursuing the prey. I'm met with frantic gunfire. After making a sharp ascent, I take a pair of plasma grenades from my belt and hurl them into the crowd. The bodies of the gullible fools who believed the prey evaporated and turned into bloody mist. The luckier ones fire at me, and one of the shots brings me to the ground. I wail furiously and finish them off with pointed bursts from my shard carbine. To cast me down is an indelible insult. The conclusion is drawing closer. As I turn the corner, I triumphantly realize that I have driven the prey into a dead end. It is time for the massacre. The poison I received from the petitioner as payment for the hunt is contained in the crystalline projectiles and should have worked by now. It will slow down the nervous system of my prey, weaken its muscles, and render it unconscious. But when I see the prey, I fail to discern any trace of the poison's effects. Could the prey be so strong that its body has overcome my deadly battle toxin? The prey. Lunges at me first. I realize too late that it is not desperation but cold determination behind it. In the blind alley where my prey is about to die, there is enough room for me to spread my wings and soar. It does not grant me an opportunity to do so and kicks me back into the cramped street. The prey wishes to fight where it has the advantage. With my wings folded, I ratchet up to the jet booster and rush past the prey like a projectile. I am airborne again. I'm flying. The fight will be on my terms. Everything will be over in moments. The outcome will be decided in close combat. Wasting no time, my prey and I seize one another in a violent, furious embrace. Every decision made over the course of this fleeting hunt is being weighed, tipping the scale that will ultimately determine the winner. My embedded glands spew hyperadrenaline into my bloodstream, and my artificially grown muscles convulsively swell under the porous fabric of my ghost plate. I torment the prey with claws protruding from my forearms and knees, and the prey allows me closer, enveloping me in a deadly embrace and hoping to suffocate me before I tear it to shreds. I plunge my claws deep into the body of my prey, but it refuses to die. The grip keeps growing tighter, and I cannot breathe. I am flailing in the monkey's grip, yearning to break free. I want to fly away. It is no use. Something snaps in my neck, and I can no longer feel my legs. My strength waning, I reach for the shard carbine and shoot the prey right in the face at point-blank range. The crystalline projectile whizzes within a hair's breadth of its face. A crushing blow turns my magnificent weapon to rubble with a mournful crunch. The prey grabs me by the throat, lifts me into the air, and snarls. It seems to want to know why I attempted to kill it. Would I tell it, if I could, about my petitioner, Kikaros the Witch? About how insulted she was by the deaths of her fosterlings, the blood-stained proselytes, in the arena at the hands of my prey? About how badly she wanted to spite the prey's master, the sour-tempered Homunculus Tervantius, who had arranged that insult? I do not know, for my throat is crushed and only a faint wail escapes it. I die. I'm dying at the feet of my prey. No, at the feet of a monkey. A humiliating end for one who earned the status of apex hunter of Kamara through torturous alterations of the flesh and a bloody pilgrimage to the very top of the spires. Does it hurt to perish like this? It does. Is it fair? It is. The chaotic burst of violence that bloodied the streets of Kamara ends just as abruptly as it erupted. Such is life in the spires.